Arizona Cardinals and the Carolina Panthers. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Here we go. 180.
Hey, D-Line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Here we go. Here we go.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. That one caught by Ellison. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down. The numbers for him from a week ago. 3 catches, 69 yards.
And most teams mark down big plays as ones that gain 10 yards or more. He certainly has big playability, and we just saw it on display.
Tackle made there by Bilal Nichols.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Throwing on second down. Garoppolo. Got a man open. It's Ricky Seals-Jones. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 42.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. On play action. Now Garoppolo. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
That's how we do it.
You know, last week it was unbelievable how many times they were in the backfield. They had 7 sacks. Whatever they had for pregame meal last week, maybe they had it again.
I think they're going to continue to repeat it if they keep this up. But remember, we were at their facility, and we walked past the defensive meeting room, and what did it say over the door?
21.
Rush the passer. It's a philosophy. It's a statement. That's who they want to be.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
First carry for Royce Freeman. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
He's got Freeman here. It's complete. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals first down as well.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together. It makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not be a big-time blitzer, but boy, he knows how to pursue straight ahead and make plays in the run game.
Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play. And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Here we go, here we go.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. Johnson's got it complete. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And take it right on the 30. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And the magnitude of this game, everybody knows it. The fans, obviously, the players and coaches, there's just with them a palpable buzz right now. They know they control their own destiny.
Win, and you're in. And I think every player wants that. I think every coach wants that. I haven't been an organization yet that wants to be in a game where they have to rely on other teams to get them to their goals. In this situation, it's very cut and dry. Win, and you're in the playoffs. That's their mission, that's their challenge, and you know they've chosen to accept it.
And what they told us is this has been the most focused week of practice we've had all year. You wouldn't expect any different.
Yeah, and at the beginning of the season, you have multiple goals. They just have one now, win the game.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Be good.
We're scoreless after 1. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Eckler. He's got the first down inside the 10th, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Austin Eckler, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
On 2nd and 12, Garoppolo. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
That's how we do it, baby.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Garoppolo now. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he'll take it just outside the 40. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do
rush coming, and he's taken down. Brian Burns in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. On 2nd down, Eckler. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
He's able to get 4 back on the run, but now they'll have to find something here on 3rd and about 14. Murray with a 3rd and long. Now he'll go deep down, and that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 30 yards there. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona 1st. Going on the ground with Eckler. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. 2nd down, Murray sets to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for. And now it's 3rd down. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Royce Freeman hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals push further out in front.
We got this. Complete to Royce Freeman.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. Austin Eckler with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of it. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
think. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
Here we go.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Johnson. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
This is Josh Lambo. He hit from 57 a year ago. And this will be called officially a 66-yard attempt.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
On the draw, this will be Freeman. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Got this complete to the rookie out of UMass, Andy Isabella. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
And we'll get our first update of the afternoon for the Meadowlands. And the 49ers are out to the early lead. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Like 20!
I'm coming after you! I'm coming after you!
From the 27, Garoppolo. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Here we go.
So the sack of Garoppolo, and now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? There's Garoppolo to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Jamie Gillen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And it's fielded at the 34. So possession goes over here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So we've reached halftime. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. On the ground, it's Eckler, and no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Got an open man. It's McLeod. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 23. Draw play. It's Eckler. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Play fake. Murray. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Throwing now is Murray. Open man is Kirk, complete. And they'll get to him short of the first down at about the 16. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
Get him, boys.
Here we go. 180.
In your face.
Now on 2nd and 13. Garoppolo nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Below Nichols in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
I think we've seen this before.
Here we go.
Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. On play action, it's Murray. That is caught at the 7. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Once more, here's Eckler. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
65.
Murray now, 3rd and goal. And that is incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
And darn right, they did something to disrupt that timing.
And his kick here is good. And that will up the score now. It's 23-zip. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception. Now Garoppolo lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
Get him. Get him. Get him. Set.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Cards use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's had a touchdown for every quarter so far. 3 here in the third, and probably hoping he's not done yet.
And this is a situation where it's okay to be greedy. When you've already scored 3 times, you want 4, you want more than that. And guess what? That only helps your team.
Yeah, so far 3, now in search of 4. It's Eckler again. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
He's got the hook up to McLeod. And he's got this down to the 35. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's Cardinal football. They're also out in front of the scoreboard as we get set for the 4th. They'll run here with Eckler. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Now Murray off play action.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball.
That's going to be caught by Kirk for a Cardinals touchdown. Christian Kirk with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Carolina offense making their way out. We take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. The Panthers on 3rd down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Out left, Ellison's got it. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a 1st.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it's so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, and they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Here we go.
The Panthers on third down. Just one conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 10. Over the middle, complete. It's Tucker. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They started on the ground with Eckler. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Now Eckler. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. The All-Pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
This is brought in at the 21. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
On 1st down, Langley. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't it?
Here we go. Wait, 80!
Right there. Watch the run.
2.
58.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And he finds Seals Jones complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 15 there. The Panthers have a 1st down.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. To throw is Garoppolo. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Tucker. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
To throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo under a heavy rush. rush, and down he goes. Ryan Kerrigan in there for a milestone sack as that moves him past Hall of Famer Michael Strahan, who finished his career with 141.5. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20.
Coming to you, coming to you. Slam.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down.
It's 2nd and inches at the 30-yard line.
Back to throw it. Murray. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
And he's going to be taken down about a yard shy of the 1st at the 29. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Fielded at the 20.
That's it, baby. We got work.
So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Cardinals, a final win means they will finish off the regular season at a very strong 12-4. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they're going to bottom out here to wrap up this very forgettable season at 2-14. And it's fair to say wholesale changes will be forthcoming in the very near future. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Switch, not a day in my life. side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. This ain't nothing for the past.